Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer channel episode, and today is the 29th of April 2020 and I have a selection of royal stories for you. Yesterday I was not able to bring you any royal news because sadly my entire town was down with regards to the internet, but luckily we are back up and running today, so let's get stuck in. When the internet finally came back on today, I woke up to a really special, amazing video from the Duchess of Cornwall. Camilla has become Vice Patron of the Royal Academy of Dance, and Her Royal Highness undertook a video call with Darcy Bussell and Angela Rippon to discuss the Silver Swans programme. There is of course a hashtag as well, hashtag International Dance Day. In taking on the new role, Her Royal Highness joins Her Majesty the Queen, who has been patron of the Royal Academy of Dance since 1953. Clarence House shared a picture at the Royal Opera House in 1999 where the Queen meets Darcy Bussell during her time as a member of the Royal Ballet. You can also find out more about the Royal Academy of Dance's Silver Swans programme and how you can get involved from home. There is a link which I will post in the description below.
It was when I came to the Royal Academy of Dance for the first time, and somebody said to me, "You're going to see a Silver Swans class," and I thought, oh dear, what on earth is this going to be? I thought it was going to be a lot of, very ancient people like me, sort of wobbling about on one leg, and and you were there. I couldn't believe how good everybody was. I mean, they were so impressive. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's very peculiar. It's suddenly, you look at the diary and everything is scratched out. I mean, my husband's a workaholic, so he'll work wherever he is. So he's sitting at his desk now, working away. We try and do something for all our charities most days, to try and give them a bit of encouragement and just try and lend our support. I think we've all got to keep active. I mean, if we don't, we'll just seize up and, we won't be able to get out of bed in the morning. Doesn't matter whether it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes. It just starts off the day, and I do a sort of combination of a bit of Silver Swans and a bit of Pilates and a lot of walking, which I love. Being President of the Royal Osteoporosis Society, it's what we try and tell people to do to keep their bones strong. Tiara, the wonderful teacher, and she said to me, "Would you ever consider having a lesson?" So I got a group of sort of ancient friends together, and the four of us sort of clatter around, and when we're in London we do it once a week, and it makes all the difference. I always loved dancing, but I'd never done ballet. It was the sort of feeling that we were all in it together, and we thought at first, I thought it was going to be very funny and I was going to laugh at everybody toppling over next door to me, but I think we concentrate so hard we don't even know what our friend next door is doing. When I stand there, I think to myself, drop your shoulders, breathe deeply, don't hunch. It's those sort of things that you have sort of ingrained in your memory. She threw us in at the deep end. We weren't even allowed to have a chair, so... Oh my gosh! Certainly, I have never done any ballet before, and it doesn't matter whether you've done ballet or not. It's something that will make you feel better. It gives you a certain amount of confidence in yourself. It's just a bit of discipline there, which I think we all need in our lives. You might groan a bit afterwards and half grunt and everything else, but you do feel so much better.
And it is fun, isn't it?
It's fun. It's really good fun. Well, it's no hardship for me because I love dance. I love dance in any form. So it's a real honour for me to be asked. My visit there was so memorable, first of all because of the Silver Swans, but actually meeting everybody, and it had a wonderful feeling of sort of comradeship, and also such a happy place. I think dancing makes you happy.
It does. Yep.
I'm very, very much a beginner and probably will always remain a beginner, but I do feel after a year or 18 months of doing it that maybe I've improved a tiny bit, but I'm certainly not going to be taken to the stage, let's say. I shall keep it in my own home, very privately. keep safe, and hope we'll see you again in better times.
Doing Silver Swans.
Bye.
Yes.
Doing Silver Swans, exactly. Bye. Bye.
I just wanted to talk about the video itself. So obviously the Duchess is in conversation with Angela Rippon and Darcy Bussell. Darcy Bussell is an amazing ballet dancer, and Angela Rippon is very well respected here in the UK, having a very long-standing career in the media. Camilla was very, very down to earth and was just, I have to say, quite captivating in the way that she spoke. She was funny, she was witty. She spoke about Prince Charles and how even though he's stuck at home, he is still a workaholic. He is working now, she said, probably in his office. Camilla has been finding ways to keep herself busy. She commented that she's trying to still support all of the charities from home, and she says it's still important to find time for yourself. And one of the things that she has been doing for the past 18 months is the Silver Swans. Silver Swans, of course, is ballet. Camilla commented that she is still at a beginner level, even now after 18 months, but she said she thoroughly enjoys it in the privacy of her own home. She said she got together a group of 4 friends who have been doing the Silver Swans, and she's been doing it once a week for 18 months. She said she has found it amazingly beneficial, including in posture, because some of the lessons that it teaches you are how to stand and how to hold yourself. She says that she finds herself including those principles into her daily life, as well as keeping fit and active. As well as taking part in Silver Swans, Camilla keeps fit, she says, by doing Pilates and walking. There are also some videos from the Royal Academy of Dance on their YouTube channel, which I might try and take part in myself. Also, the Silver Swans is not just for those people aged over 55, although that is the target audience. Anyone can take part, including men. On the 28th of April, there was some sad news which Prince Charles has recognised. Prince Charles has sent a message on the passing of his Welsh tutor, Dr. Teddy Millward. Now, those of you who have been watching the last series of The Crown, it actually depicted Prince Charles learning Welsh from Dr. Teddy Millward. In the message, Prince Charles said, "I am deeply saddened to hear of Dr. Millward's death. I have very fond memories of my time in Aberystwyth with Dr. Millward over 55 years ago. While I am afraid I might not have been the best student, I learned an immense amount from him about the Welsh language and about the history of Wales. After all these years, I am forever grateful to him for helping foster my deep and abiding love for Wales, her people and her culture. I send my most heartfelt sympathy to his family." Signed, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. The message was also written in Welsh. 9 years ago today, thank you for all your lovely messages on the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's wedding anniversary. The wedding took place on the 29th of April 2011 in Westminster Abbey, London. A few hours before the ceremony, William's new titles were revealed as the Duke of Cambridge, the Earl of Strathern and Baron Carrickfergus. The wedding, of course, was televised and watched all around the world. I remember myself, I sat in and watched it. I was thoroughly enthralled. And of course, we were all wondering what Catherine was going to wear, what designer. And of course, it was Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen. The wedding ceremony, of course, went without a hitch. And of course, we got that famous balcony kiss. One day, Prince William will become King of England and Catherine will be Queen Consort. I would like to take this opportunity for myself and on behalf of all the Royal Reviewer viewers to say happy 9th wedding anniversary, Your Royal Highnesses. Today, the royal family tweeted that on Friday, the head gardener at Buckingham Palace, Mark Lane, will be here to answer your garden related questions during #National Gardening Week. From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Friday the 1st of May, send Mark your questions.
Hello, I'm Mark Lane, head gardener at Buckingham Palace, and have been for the past 28 years. This week is National Gardening Week, and so for anyone out there who is rediscovering their love of gardening during these uncertain times, to those who are battling with the art of growing indoors, or who would love to know what flourishes in a window box, and for any general springtime gardening tips, I would be delighted to help. This Friday, the 1st of May, between 12 noon and 1 p.m, I will be answering your garden-related questions on the Royal Family Twitter account. Please ask your questions right here below this tweet, and I'll do my very best to come back to as many of you as possible.
You can send your questions to Mark by posting in the thread on Twitter, which I will link to below in the description. There was also a short and charming video posted on the 27th of April saying this week we're celebrating National Gardening Week and the enormous benefits nature can have on our well-being, particularly during these challenging times, and I will share that video now. On the 27th of April, the Duke of Gloucester spoke to Barts Guild volunteers who are running Barts Hospital's much-loved support services, from the on-site hospital shop to the roving trolley service that visits the wards, as well as helping the triage team. His Royal Highness is patron of Barts Guild. The Duke also heard how the Barts Guild Princess Alice Garden is still open to patients, offering a calming, tranquil outside space within the hospital grounds. Social distancing measures have been introduced to allow the garden to stay open for patients. The Princess Alice Garden is named after the Duke's mother, who was patron of Barts Guild before him. Here we see a photograph of the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, pictured in the Princess Alice Garden last September, which first welcomed patients in 1962. Yesterday, the royal family celebrated #Charity Tuesday. They said, "We're shining a light on hospices who are supporting patients and families in challenging circumstances." Recently, hospices have had to restrict visitors and adapt services. Here we see a photograph of Princess Alexandra, patron of St Christopher's Hospice, meeting residents in February. St Christopher's are still offering inpatient care and helping over 1,000 patients remotely. Their new community aid and delivery service has been busy distributing food, prescriptions and other essentials. Princess Alexandra has been patron since 1981 and visits annually. The Countess of Wessex is patron of Shooting Star Hospices, which supports over 700 families. Shooting Stars are still offering end-of-life care and emergency respite at one hospice, and have established a new virtual hospice with online concerts, youth clubs and other resources available. Dorothy House are encouraging families and carers to use their 24/7 advice line for support, and have reassigned their volunteers to help people in the local community. Here we see the Princess Royal, patron, pictured at the charity's 40th anniversary in 2016. Whilst their Help at Home service has been suspended, each hospices are continuing to provide core end-of-life care and bereavement support to families. The Duchess of Cambridge has been patron of each hospices since 2012. The royal family tweeted that this morning the Queen spoke to New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern via telephone from Windsor Castle. They shared a photograph of Her Majesty meeting Jacinda Ardern at Buckingham Palace during the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in 2018. Her Majesty regularly holds audiences with Commonwealth realm leaders, and more will take place over the coming weeks. On the 28th of April, it was National Heroes Day in Barbados, which celebrates the history of 10 national heroes who positively changed the nation. Barbadians at home and abroad will also celebrate all the frontline workers of the Barbados COVID-19 response. Her Majesty is Queen of Barbados and has visited 6 times during her reign. Here we see a photograph of the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh waving goodbye as they embark on their first visit to Barbados at the start of a Caribbean tour in 1966. In 1977, the Queen returned to Barbados during her Silver Jubilee tour, and again in 1989 to join the celebrations for the 350th anniversary of the Barbados Parliament. On the 27th of April, the royal family released a video message from His Royal Highness, the Earl of Wessex. He said, "Today we once again owe a huge debt of gratitude to everyone working in the health service, whatever your role." The Earl of Wessex sent a message to mark the opening of the new NHS UK Nightingale Hospital in Bristol.
Thank you for inviting me to open the NHS Nightingale Hospital, Bristol. I'm delighted that the 7 hospital network now has this extraordinary facility to help in the fight against COVID-19. Sincere congratulations must go to each and every one of you involved in the constructing this hospital in just 24 days. A quite remarkable achievement, and one that you should be justly proud of. Today, We once again owe a huge debt of gratitude to everyone working in the health service, whatever your role. It is a somewhat curious experience to be asked to open a facility which we hope will never be required. To everyone assigned to work here, thank you. Thank you for being here when you are needed, ready and willing to care with compassion, and for maintaining the ethos and values of your predecessors, Florence Nightingale and Mary Seacole. So with no further ado, I now declare the Nightingale Hospital Bristol open.
The temporary facility was completed in just 3 weeks and is based at Bristol's Frenchay campus. The hospital will provide up to 300 intensive care beds for coronavirus patients if local services need them. The Earl's video message was played at an official ceremony to open the new hospital. He said, "To everyone assigned to work here, thank you. Thank you for being there when you are needed, ready and willing to care with compassion." Today's tiara is known as the lotus flower or papyrus tiara and is now sometimes worn by the Duchess of Cambridge for state occasions. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. So, from me in Shropshire, mwah to you all and goodbye.